Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review for you guys. So, you may have noticed I am in a different location, and that is because I am back at college. I'm going to try to film some videos while I'm here and see how that goes. I do have videos technically planned for the rest of the year, but we'll see how it goes. Red Eye was released August 19th, 2005, so this will be its 15th year anniversary. It was directed by Wes Craven, and it stars Rachel McAdams as Lisa, Cillian Murphy as Jackson Ripner, and Brian Cox as Joe, who is Lisa's father. This movie had a budget of $26 million, and at the box office it made $96.2 million. So it did pretty well. Alright, so let's get into what Red Eye is about. This is Wes Craven's take on a thriller. So it's not horror, but it's horror adjacent, I would say. And it follows, we have our two main characters who are Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. Rachel McAdams is the main character. She plays Lisa, who is, it's kind of unclear what her actual position is, but she's like a manager at a fancy hotel. So she went out of town for her grandmother's, on her mom's side, funeral. So we pick up after the funeral as she's getting ready to go on the plane back to where she's from, which I believe is Miami. And so there is a delay in the plane, which everyone's upset about. While she's waiting in line to get new plane tickets because the other one is delayed, she meets Cillian Murphy's character, Jackson Ripner. They talk, they chit-chat a little bit, and then they go off on their separate ways. She happens to be walking and gets some coffee thrown on her, so she goes to the bathroom, cleans it up, and then she heads out to go to the little bar area to get a drink, and there she meets Jackson again. And there's a play on his name, which is Jackson Ripner, Jack Ripner, so Jack the Ripper, which is kind of fun, but I wish they would have done more with it. I think it would have been cooler if he was like this Jack the Ripper kind of character, but he ends up not being that. So anyway, we get onto the plane, and as the plane is taking off, Jackson starts talking to Lisa. They end up sitting next to each other, is what their tickets are. So they end up sitting next to each other, and Jackson starts talking to Lisa about her father and things like that. And she's like, "Why are you asking me these questions?" And he's like, "Well, I need you to do something, and if not, your father's going to die." So basically what is happening is Jackson is trying to get Lisa to call her place of employment and have them change the room of a specific guest, a pretty prominent regular guest, because Jackson has been hired by somebody to kill this guest. He's a part of this group, and they've been hired to kill this guest. And he needs this specific room to get it done. And Lisa's hesitant at first, but then he's like, "Well, we're going to kill your father if you don't do it." And basically we're on the plane the entire time until probably the last 30 minutes, I would say, is out of the plane. And so that's all I'm going to tease with that. All right, so let's get into some of the things that I liked about this movie. So I thought the acting was pretty good, considering that for the most part, our main characters are these two characters. And I like the arc that they have throughout the movie, how they start off as a complete strangers, essentially, and then there's tension that's built on the plane, and then it culminates in a final battle between the two. And so I really liked that. I also liked the plane setting. I think planes, especially in horror movies or thriller movies, are very relatable. It's scary being in a plane and having something like that happens, because you're contained into a certain area and literally there's nowhere to go. So I liked how there was a little subsections of people on this plane that all played an integral role into what happens on the plane. So other passengers, I like getting those little snippets of life type of things from it. So that was really cool as well. So now let's talk about what I don't like. So this was a thriller movie, but I would say 2/3 of it are thriller, and then the last third is more action movie, and I don't know, it just did not really, I didn't personally enjoy it too much. I mean, I enjoyed everything at the house, but then, like, everything else was just kind of like, I don't know. I also thought that it was just kind of too small in scope. Like, I don't even remember if they for sure gave a reason of why this guy wanted to kill this other guy. I thought it was just too small in scope. I think that Wes Craven has done significantly better work, and yeah, I would have preferred if this would have been outright horror rather than thriller. I think that it just tones it down too much and it waters it down too much and just makes it kind of unenjoyable. All right, so now that you've heard what I thought about this movie, so on Letterboxd it has a 3.1 out of 5. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 79% critic score and a 64 audience score, and it has a cinema score of a B. So I probably would have, and if I were giving it a cinema score, I would have probably given it probably between a B minus and C plus, maybe a C. I don't know. It was definitely an alright movie. It's not one that I would be like, I'm dying to show somebody, but it's a decent movie for what it is. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about Red Eye below. And remember to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit the like button if you like this video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye!